You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, folks, this is starting to get very interesting indeed, and I am talking about Bill Belichick's future. And now you've got alumni of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a very important alumni, a 9-year Tampa Bay Buccaneer, Warren Sapp, one of my favorite players I loved watching. He has been making regular appearances over on one of my favorite shows, Fearless with Jason Whitlock. But he has come out, and for lack of a better way of putting it, he has crushed Bill Belichick. Okay, as a coach, basically coming out and saying, look, without Tom Brady, you are nothing. Okay, and while I do believe that Tom Brady probably deserves a higher percentage than 50% of the credit for Belichick's success, the fact is you will not find a Hall of Fame coach usually without a Hall of Fame quarterback somewhere. Bill Parcells is sort of the exception there. Joe Gibbs, I assume Joe's in the Hall of Fame. I would hope so. All-time great coach. He did not have a Hall of Fame quarterback, but, you know, Jimmy Johnson, Troy Aikman, of course, Bill Walsh, Joe Montana, and you guys know from there, from on and on from there, Terry Bradshaw, etc. So anyway, Warren Sapp come out, and he has crushed Bill Belichick, and I was like, why would he do this? Okay, I know he's always going to be honest, but I'm like, is there some kind of ulterior motive? Is there anything? So then I got to looking around, and I was like, oh, the report about the fact that the Buccaneers, and this just emerged in the last few days, and there is a very, very key line to draw between Bill Belichick and the Tampa Bay Bucs. But the Tampa Bay Bucs have emerged in the Bill Belichick rumors. Now, the one thing you need to know about the Buccaneers franchise, they would hire Bill Belichick as a business decision. Okay? They would do it to put asses in seats. All right? Mike Florio points this out because he brings it up. And you may be like, well, what's the clear line to draw? Would he really go there after Brady? Well, the general manager right now is somebody that Belichick has a very good relationship with, Jason Licht, former assistant director of player personnel with the New England Patriots, former director of player personnel, New England Patriots. In other words, if they come calling, the Glazers that is, Bill Belichick's already got a general manager in place that he's got a beautiful relationship with to pick players. We're going to get to Warren Sapp. Let's get to his comments that he made because he comes out, he just crushes Belichick on here. Okay? And he's saying, Bill Belichick, it's over. You need to go retire. That's not happening, folks. Belichick's not going to retire because there's going to be 4 or 5 teams willing to pay him a bitch ton of money to come coach. By the way, Warren Sapp also takes some shots at the Patriot way here.
You know what, for so many years, you know, the Spygate, the cheating, the snow with the players, you know, dig yourself out 4 in the morning, you got to be here. You know, all the arrogant shit, drafting a rugby player with the 3rd round pick, like he was going to, you know, revolutionize draft picks again and everything. Tom Brady is the reason why you're Bill Belichick. Lawrence Taylor is the reason why you're Bill Belichick. Maybe the greatest football player on offense and maybe the greatest football player on defense to ever be in the National Football League. Bill.
He's not wrong. If you think about that, Belichick has coached arguably the 2 GOATs on each side of the ball. I mean, he's not wrong.
That's who you owe that to. All that Patriot way shit is out the window. Ask Bill O'Brien. Ask Romeo Cornell. Ask Josh McDaniels. Ask any of them. It's out the window. And you can't go recreate it somewhere else because no one cares about it. No one respects that but you and the old school football guys. It was a beautiful thing he had running, but it's gone. He's just like Roy Williams and Mike Krzyzewski. It's time to go to the couch.
Okay, so, all right, the game is over. It's time to go to the couch. And look, let's be real. The Patriot way hasn't worked anywhere, really. I mean, Mike Vrabel is a former player, and he's been very successful with the Titans. But far as actual coaches, we know it's been one bomb after another. Patricia, McDaniels, Cornell, Charlie Weiss didn't even have, I mean, the list goes on and on and on. But I find that interesting that Warren Sapp is beloved by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And he comes out and makes these statements. And look, these teams rely very heavily on the opinions of their Hall of Fame players, right? The players that are in the Hall of Fame, the NFL Hall of Fame, and Warren Sapp, he was a really damn good defensive player. And that's Warren Sapp telling you, no, Bill Belichick's not a coaching hire. He needs to retire. He needs to go away. He's not going away until he catches Shula. All right? He's not. So Chargers, Panthers have been kind of talked about. I don't buy that at all. I think they're way too far away. The other thing with Tampa Bay, and let's just get to these comments because Florio brought up Tampa Bay. Besides the major Jason Licht line to draw, so in other words, you take that job, you get a bitch ton of money, your general manager's already in place, a guy you got a good relationship with. He loves Baker Mayfield, okay? There was talk of the Patriots trading up to try to draft Baker Mayfield. Belichick loves Baker, all right? And Baker's already there. There's already talk of the Buccaneers re-signing Baker Mayfield. So I find that very interesting. And I think if Belichick is not a general manager, their defense is a wreck right now. Could Belichick go in there and sort of remake the defense? Possibly. You never know. But I think all he needs is, I can't remember how many victories he needs, but it's about 4 or 5 years worth of coaching, probably 4 years worth of coaching in victories that he needs. And they're saying, Florio says here, it's not so much that the Buccaneers need to, win a title with Belichick, but he's going to bring so much fire into that organization from the fan base perspective that it's going to be asses in seats for Belichick. Quote, and this is what Florio told, pardon my take, whether it's the Commanders, whether it's the Buccaneers, whether it's the Panthers or Chargers, anyone out there that wants him knows you've got to work with us, you've got to deal with us, you've got to give us something we like before you get him. He's talking about he's under a contract, there's going to have to be a trade. Quote, I think what will happen behind the scenes over the course of the next 6 to 7 weeks, they'll work out a deal. If there is a deal to be made, it's going to be worked out quietly between the Patriots, wherever he's going to end up. And Belichick, and then after the season, the dominoes will all be lined up, and it's just a matter of flicking the first domino at the right time, and it will all fall together the way we won't know until it happens. All right, but then Florio brings up that interesting choice, the Buccaneers. Now, would he not want to go there because Brady went there and won a Super Bowl? I don't know. That may be the deal breaker there. So the teams to watch, he mentioned, were the Bucs, Panthers, Commanders, Chargers. Those are the 4 I'd watch the most closely. And of those, the most fascinating is the Buccaneers. And JoeBucksFan.com and Ira Kaufman, I don't know if you guys have ever had him on. He's excellent. He's been covering the Buccaneers forever. He's a firm believer that this fits the MO of the Glazers, who own the Bucs. Go out and hire a big name. Put butts in seats. They can't get people to come to the games now that they don't have Brady. Go after Belichick. Put butts in the seats. If he wins, he wins. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But we're going to make money in the interim by filling up our stadium. While all 4 teams have not made an in-season coaching change, it remains to be seen if Belichick will be on the move in early 2024 for likely package or draft picks. Yeah, I think it's a given at this point. I think he's gone. I think it's going to be a mutual parting of the ways and a trade to some team for Bill Belichick. If you listen to a couple of the pundits that's come out in the last couple of weeks, like the deal could potentially already be done behind the scenes for Belichick. Nobody knows for sure. But it's odd. It's odd that Warren Sapp comes out and make these comments in the same week that the Buccaneers have sort of emerged on Belichick. So you can count him as one Buccaneers alum that's probably not going to love that hire. All right? He's not going to be with that hire. But Jason Licht, that's a massive, massive line to draw. Your general manager's already in place with a good relationship with Bill. And Baker Mayfield is there, a quarterback that everybody knows. Belichick and Josh McDaniels liked Baker Mayfield a lot. And look, there was talk of Baker going to the Patriots in the offseason. I bet they wish they had him, but he wouldn't have done nothing on that team. That's the thing about the quarterback situation with the Patriots. I don't give a shit who they would have had except maybe Tom Brady 3 or 4, 5, 6 years ago. There's nobody winning on that team, and let's be real. The talent is not nearly what it was there back when Brady thought he didn't have any talent. At least he knew he had Gronk and he had Edelman. They don't have anybody close to those two dudes on that Patriots offense. Not even close. So, anyway, tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.